Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. The Easter wishes I will give you tomorrow, because that's how we celebrate this in Poland. But today what I have for you, besides reminding you of my live stream with Larry Johnson at 4 p.m. Warsaw time and 11 a.m. New York City time, I have two topics. The first one is what you see in the title of this video, about leaving Poland in case of war, and the words of someone who I never heard of before, but here he is. And the second is what this person, the same person, so this is the main, I wouldn't say hero, the main character of today's video is Jacek Siwiera. This is the main person. The second topic will be what he said about Russia and how he described Russia and what he compared Russia to. I could not miss an opportunity to bring this to you. And even though we don't have April 1st yet, Fool's Day, I think this is perfect for that day. However, the first topic is quite important. It's from Business Insider PL. You find the links, as always, down below this video in the description box. So those of you who keep on asking, just scroll down. Under all the links, you find the links to the articles or videos, if there are any videos I mentioned. The title of this article is "The Head of the National Security Bureau on Compulsory Military Service and a Possible War. Leaving the country," meaning Poland, "will be difficult." Yes, it's in the quotation marks. The article is from the 27th of March, so from 2 days ago. Today we have 29th, Great Friday. That compulsory military service apparently becomes active and cannot be changed. So, assuming that this was on the 27th, perhaps either they were lying that it's not going to be effective from today, or they were just saying the truth, because in that day it was not effective yet. Let me read you the whole article and then how difficult it will be to leave Poland. Also, he addressed sexual minorities in the army, which is very perfect time. Since yesterday in my video I asked you, my best in the world ever audience, how do you categorize someone with a gender 52, 58, 61 or whatever is the number now, 90 something? Well, there is a way. They have it. The war in Ukraine has intensified the debate in the country, Poland, about the return of compulsory military service. Mind you, this is like either we are lying or we are saying the truth, because this is 2 days prior the official effective date. Its supporter is the head of the National Security Bureau, Jacek Siwiera, who suggests that the army has a bad reputation from the times of the Polish People's Republic. It also tells us about what awaits men of military age in the event of a war. So, like, to the point. He also spoke about sexual minorities in the army. Fantastic. Let's talk about this too. The head of the National Security Bureau, Jacek Siwiera, pointed out on the YouTube channel. This is that the Western countries, the issue of the conscription of compulsory military service is currently discussed more widely and much more intensely than in Poland. So like many of you, when you leave in my comment section, Anya, we also have this here and here, I forgot what countries, but many countries, you mentioned this. So now we have to catch up, because we have complex of the West. If you don't know, yeah, there is something like this. Complex of the West. Quoting the very main character of today's video, Jacek Siwiera, "I don't quite understand why this debate is so difficult for us." It's no longer difficult, it's active, man. He said this. "This is probably due to the vision of the army that we once had on a Soviet model." So listen to this. This is the vision of the Polish army that existed during Soviet times, in his opinion. "Violent, with human rights or violations, with discipline that did not serve order, but the implementation of violent customs such as the wave, he said. Here I have to be objective, because yes, indeed, during the communism time, there were things that were not respecting human rights. But aren't they nowadays as well? Just saying. In his opinion, today's army is a place where you can pursue your various ambitions. Professional, scientific, personal, like what personal? I want to know. Sorry, my commentary, you know, like how it is. Quoting this, what's his name, Jacek Siwiera. The areas of logistics, planning, advanced armament service, cyber and cognitive warfare are areas far from the front line, Siwiera pointed out, emphasizing the various capabilities of the service. This sounds like amazing. This is like next dimension of human experience. According to Siwiera, running around with a rifle, totally not military expert, running around with a rifle is a much smaller part of today's army's needs. In the current condition, he pointed out, those who make contact in combat are most often special forces soldiers, where you have to be willing to serve. How interesting is this statement, don't you think? So, why they are doing the compulsory military service for 230,000 people? So those, I understand, will not go to the front line because only special forces soldiers go. So where all those people will go? This is just my thinking. I might be completely wrong, but correct me here. According to the head of the National Security Bureau, the debate on compulsory military service should be brought just as the service should be brought. Quoting him, not compulsory military service, but compulsory civic service, public service, a kind of providing certain works and carrying out certain tasks within the awareness that being a citizen is not only taking, participating in the labor market, and in the case of war, living, he pointed out. Wow. All right. Answering questions. Here is the breaking news, everyone, the title of this video. Answering questions from internet users, Siwiera said that drums now. In the event of war, the departure of men of military age will be difficult. Quotation mark difficult. One more time, because this is like, you know, gotta be replaced. In the event of war, the departure of men of military age will be difficult. He added, however, that he could not imagine that the services would be looking for conscriptions all over Europe. Yep, so we are living kind of like a déjà vu or déjà vu. Should I say déjà vu? It's a good word, no? It's like a déjà vu moment, guys. Okay, men. It's not just men, it's also women. And here I want to make a comment that actually perfectly aligns with one of your comments. So, if men go to war, women go to war, what happens with their children? So women cannot leave the country, children cannot leave the country. So, I mean, what happens with those children, right? And let me actually jump to this comment, even though this is always at the end of, most of the time, at the end of my video. I think it's, yes, a Polish viewer. Agnes Andrzejczyk, 9191 9191. Pozdrawiam panią bardzo. She left a comment in Polish. I read you in Polish and then in English. Co z tymi niemowlętami w takim razie? Czekają w sierocińcu, aż rodzice zakończą służbę? Let me translate. What's gonna happen with those newborns? Will they be waiting in the orphanages until the time when the parents will finish the military service? Brilliant comment, because this was exactly my thought when not only I thought about the compulsory military service, but also about the difficult time leaving the country. Here I would like to ask all of you, as you know how I am, please do not freak out, because I know that I find the way, because God shows me the way, always. So please don't leave in the comment section, Anya, please make sure in the right time, da da da. Trust me, guys, I know, but there is someone I trust the most, and this is God, okay? Anyway, let's continue, because here we got a little bit sidetracked. The head of the National Security Bureau also said that there is a place for people with different sexual preferences in the army. Quoting him, when it comes to people with other than heterosexual, there is of course a place for such a people in the army. That's great. And no one should ask questions about whether to condition military service or position in the service on the basics of sexual preferences. Yeah, but like how? How you gonna manage this? Like what rooms, what bathrooms, what toilets, what this, what that, like what uniform? I mean, for real, bad for real. And the last sentence of the article, so of course everyone still believes in 2009 compulsory military service was suspended due to the transition to a professional army. And people still living in a la-la land, not ready for the deja vu to take place. The same person, Jacek Siwiera, made some statements, many statements, during his interview on Polish radio, which is called RMF FM. That was mainly about the rocket. You remember Russian rocket that flew about 39 seconds over Polish territory, and everyone, ah, right? And this apparently is rocket number 3. It happens, right? None of those rockets killed anyone. Why no one is talking about those 2 rockets, Ukrainian rockets, that 2 years ago have killed 2 men? No one apologized for it officially from Ukrainian side. Also, I don't believe the families got any money for this, or any, I mean, you cannot pay for life, but you know what I'm saying? So this is about only Russian rockets are danger, Ukrainian rockets very welcome. That's how you understand this. So during this interview, when he was talking about how bad it was, this rocket, and shall they bring this rocket down, how soon, what should they do, ignore it, don't ignore it, I'm not gonna tell you this, you can look into the link and read yourself, but what I'm gonna tell you is how this person, the main character of my video today, described Russia. So, imagine that you have a cottage. This is all quoting him. Imagine that you have a cottage and a neighbor. A neighbor has a dangerous dog that runs around the neighborhood, also runs into your garden, barks, growls, threatens, and bites guests. He does it once. The master calls his neighbor and he says he wants evidence. The dog does it a second time. The neighbor comes and says again, will you show me the evidence that this is my dog? The animal is doing it for the 3rd time, and here the question arises, what to do with the dog? He said that you have to clean up the Fafik first. So, let me explain to you what is Fafik. You have to clean up the Fafik first. He compared Russian Federation to Fafik. Fafik is like a dog, I would say the name of the dog, like a small dog, kind of Chihuahua style, or even though he described it like a big dog here, but the name he gave is for a tiny, not a dangerous dog that some people, and I am a huge dog lover, but I just use as a comparison, you know, you kick it out, it goes somewhere, like insignificant little barking Fafik. This is what we have in Polish government, guys. It's Polish-speaking government. Okay. We need to clean up the Fafik first. How? You know, this is the narrative. Like, we're gonna smash Putin into the ground. Hołownia said, the Marshal of Polish Parliament. But you know, even saying this is one thing, but smash Putin to the ground with whose hands? Your hands? Now you're gonna clean up Fafik first. Like you will go and clean up. Why don't you go to Moscow, go to Kremlin and clean up Fafik? Clean up Fafik if you're such a brave character. I mean, for real. Because those statements are coming from someone who holds official position, and maybe some citizens don't want those statements to go out like this. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't want people who held such an important, serious position in the government to speak for us because we don't agree with this BS. Sorry guys, because you know, Great Fridays, I'm like great temper today. Those, yes, so you can read it yourself about Fafik and about sexual equal rights, and also about it will be difficult to leave Poland. 2 comments I have left for you, since one I already mentioned. First one is from Mira Ivas 6203. Dear Poles, be smart. Fight for the future of your nation, not for the elites. Love from Australia. Thank you so much. If your name is Mira, thank you, Mira. Love to you. Haven't been to Australia yet. Who knows? One day. And the last comment is from Perceived Reality 999. You say, saying Poland can defeat Russia is like saying Biden can run up the stairs without stumbling. Exactly. Yes, Biden. That's Fafik, okay? Biden is Fafik. I just made myself laugh because kind of you connect the dots. Guys, ridiculous, beyond ridiculous. I don't know what they smoke, what they eat, what they drink, what blackmail they have on them, what movies they watch. I have no idea. But it's a dangerous game they are playing, and they are playing this with people's lives. Playing it with people's lives. I should correct myself, because thank God it's not happening yet. Well, there were Polish soldiers in Ukraine, but I'm talking about the rest of this nation. That's all for today. I will end this video here. I want to thank you so much for all your support, because you are my employer. I just want you to know, you are my employer. I work for you and for God Almighty. And with this being said, if the video brings you any value, please hit this like, leave the comments down below, share the videos, subscribe if you haven't already, is also very, very helpful. If you want to support my work, you have the fundraiser down below. Thank you so much for everyone who is donating. It means a lot to me. Don't worry, I will make it. I will make it. And PayPal is there. Instagram is there as well if you would like to see all my travels. What else? Mailing list just in case. And with this being said, guys, lots of love. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. See you this evening at 4 p.m. Warsaw time. Bye, guys.